Hey Flosstube, welcome. It is week 3. However, it is October 15th. I skipped yesterday, so today is Tuesday. I skipped Monday because I was too close to a finish on the project that I rolled at the end of my last video. And so I ended up actually working on that until it was done yesterday, which did take quite a bit, but I got it done. So I have a finish. And I am so happy. I started this in 2023. I think at the beginning, I think in January at some point of 2023. So this has been on my whip list for well over a year. This is stitched on 28 count natural linen, 2/1 tent stitch with DMC 310, and it is finally done. So before we roll for today, a couple of things. One, this week I will be traveling to my hometown tomorrow after work, and I will be heading to the Queen City Stitch Retreat on Thursday, which is in Charlotte, North Carolina, with my aunt. So this week's video is going to be different, and I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to be able to do this, right? What I will do today with you guys is I need to pack. So I'm going to chat a little bit and show you what projects, cross-stitch projects I'm gonna pack, and then I think this might be the only day I roll for real. We'll see. Okay. The other thing is that I finished the hat that I was knitting for my boyfriend. I'll pop a picture of him wearing it here. A couple things. I did try to block this and I laid it down and my cat did get to it, so I have a couple of pulls. I don't know why. She's obsessed with this yarn. Another thing I did, probably rookie mistake, was when I was closing the top of it, I accidentally pulled the yarn too hard and broke off the yarn, and so this is very precarious. And you can see there's a little bit hanging off. I'm gonna try to fix that and try to hook it from the inside and pull it in. But it's okay. It's the first hat. It's done. It looks really good. He does like it this short, but next time I think what I'm gonna do is knit it longer so that he can flip up this brim, because he is a blue collar worker, and so he wants to be able to put stick pencils and pens in his hat while he's working, so it'll look more like this, but obviously longer. But we'll see. It's really cute. I like it. I'm proud of myself. Whatever. Then I got Brave, and I had already finished this sock, but I hadn't closed off the toe, so I finally did that yesterday. This sock was the first sock I ever knit. All of these stitches are twisted. I am aware of that now, and I am no longer twisting my stitches, but I was not going to frog this entire sock. This is my first sock. It does fit. It's a little tight trying to get my foot in this area, right? But once I get my heel, the heel over my heel and everything, and get my foot in here, it fits just fine. It doesn't feel too tight. I have wiggle room in the toes, so that gives me a little bit of comfort. So the one that are still on my needles in this color will probably just fit me a little bit better, but I was still twisting all of these stitches and stopped twisting stitches, I think, here. I also want to thank everybody so far that has given me really, really wonderful comments and has liked this format. I know that this format is not for everyone. This is not, going to be the new thing I do for the rest of time. This is just for October. I don't know if I'm gonna do this in December, just because I think I want to relax in December. I think I want to do nothing in December, but I think that I could very well see myself doing this again next October. But I just want to say thank you for those that have had really nice comments and everything. So, but in November, I will be back to normal floss tubes and, you know, working on whatever. But, all right, we're going to roll. That is a 7. That is a 7, which is the other woodcut. This one's called Farmer's Freefall. This is by Night Spirit Studio, and I'm stitching this the exact same way that I stitched this one. So let me go grab it, even though low key, I don't want to work on it because I put about 1,200 half stitches in this yesterday and 1,200 and like 40 stitches, half stitches in it the day before. So I am a little sick of stitching on this style of whip, but I feel like I have to honor the die on this one. So, okay, so this is where I'm at on this one. I have a decent amount of progress. The good thing about these whips is the progress goes by really fast because I'm doing tent stitch, and you see things, like things come to life on these pretty fast. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm gonna pack for the Queen City retreat. First, right off the bat, I need to work on Vanity Sampler. So I definitely want to bring this. This is like not even a question. Definitely bringing this. I have not worked on it this month at all. It is on my list to roll, but I just haven't rolled it yet. I need to get a solid like 2,200 stitches on this month. This I stitch in hand. It's really easy to stitch on. So I think I'm definitely bringing this, and I'll probably work on this like a solid chunk of time. I'm also thinking about bringing my new start from last week. This is the Wilding Hill Manor. I'm thinking about bringing this because I do definitely want to bring some Halloween stuff. Obviously, like, it's October, so I bet a lot of people are gonna be stitching on fall pieces, and I think this would be a good one to bring. So it's also just on such beautiful fabric. Like, I just feel like some people need to see that in person. So I feel like this is a really strong contender. Obviously, as we know, last week I rolled Dark Queen of the Earth, and I have decided that this is done. So for me, this is done. I'm done. But I will bring her because the guest designer is Autumn Lean Stitchery. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be open to the universe, okay? And if somebody wanted to take this off my hands and they wanted to finish it, if they like the conversion I did for the head, if they want to take this away from me and take all my beads and my specialty stitches, I'm gonna let that happen. I will in fact just give them this bag that I made too. I don't care. So I'll be bringing this. Will I be working on it? Absolutely not. I am going to bring this because my aunt already started her first stocking. I am behind. I was supposed to start it Saturday, but plans happened instead. So I'm going to bring this with the fabric I want to start it on. And I'm going to pull the DMC for this today as well to pack up in a project bag. So I'll also be taking this to start. And I think that that's all I'm going to bring. Am I tempted to bring more whips? Of course. I will see you with my progress either today or tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. Today is Wednesday, right? Yes, today's Wednesday. I did a little over 800 half stitches on this yesterday. I did not end up rolling the die again after I finished this. I ended up knitting. But good progress, happy with that. I am exhausted today, and today is the day I have to have everything packed, get in the car, drive 3 hours, and then I'll be spending the night in my hometown. And then tomorrow my aunt and I will be headed to the Queen City Stitch Retreat. So I think I'm set in terms of whips. So anyways, my hair is at this awkward length where I'm waiting for it to grow out. So I've been like wearing it up so much, which I think is what's gonna happen this weekend, but that's a personal complaint. Anyways, I will say that before I have my sock for knitting, I have my sock that I am gonna take on the road with me, but I did cast on another sock with 9-inch circulars when I do finish that. I just wanted to have something on the go for like, you know, I feel like I will be more inclined to knit in the hotel / obviously traveling and stuff. So this is a sock. This is a sock, everyone. Anyways, I am using Crazy Sock Lady's 9-inch loop circular tutorial, and I am using a ombre set that I bought at my local. Anyways, it goes from light to dark, and I'm doing a knit to purl to cuff on this. Previously I did knit to purl 1 cuff, which I do like the look of, but I wanted to try this one. I don't love the look of knit 1 purl 1 cuffs. I think that's just like not for me. So I wanted to try something different, but I didn't want to do the knit 1 purl 1, so that's what I'm doing. So I think for today, it is already like the middle of the day. I'm procrastinating on packing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna roll to stitch, because by the time I am able to sit down and stitch and do anything, I will need to like pack and get ready to go. Hi, it is several days later than the last clip that I filmed, which was last Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, the following week. I think it's October 22nd today. And I didn't film anything at the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And I'm not mad about that, because I do definitely, like, I would like to try to do that at a Stitchy retreat. But to be honest, I wanted to relax and like chill. What I think I want to do today, I want to give you a bit of a recap on Queen City Stitch Retreat, kind of show you a few things that I worked on, some haul, some knitting stuff, and then we're going to roll the die again, because I need to get back into the routine. Obviously, I got back Sunday, didn't stitch at all Sunday, and then yesterday was Monday. I only stitched a little bit on a whip, and then today I've stitched a little bit, but I mostly knit because I just needed to turn my brain off a little bit. So, first and foremost, the Queen City Stitch Retreat was a hoot, a holler, a blast. So relaxing, so lovely, so well organized. I got to meet a bunch of people I had not met in person yet. I went with my aunt, and that was her first retreat. This was only my second retreat. And it was such a lovely experience. I want to thank the organizers of Queen City Stitch Retreat, Amy, Maggie, Allie, several other people that were involved with the organization of that. They did such a fantastic job. The guest designer was Autumn Lane Stitchery, and so you got to see like a lot of their models, and they were so generous with giveaways and different things. It was just amazing. If you have not gone to a retreat ever, and you want to have a really good experience with a not too overwhelming amount of people, I would say if you're close, if you're in the area of Charlotte, North Carolina, sign up for next year's Queen City Stitch Retreat. It is lovely. And of course, my first retreat was StitchCon, which is over 300 people. It's crazy, like StitchCon was amazing. It was so fun. But I would not recommend StitchCon be anybody's first retreat, especially if you're not like extroverted, right? Like I can get there, I can get myself there, but And I had friends that, you know, were going. But if you have never been to a retreat and you want to try something a little smaller, a little bit more manageable, Queen City Stitch Retreat was amazing. So that's pretty much my overall review. A couple things happened. Well, no, the first and foremost, I gave away my Dark Queen of the Earth, and I feel 10,000 billion pounds lighter. I am so happy that I got to give it to somebody who's going to stitch on it and love it and expand on my idea and my recharting to something even better. So Allie from Allie Z Crafty here on Flosstube and on Instagram, she came up to me the first day and was like, hey, did you bring your Dark Queen of the Earth? And I was like, yeah. Because I said I was going to bring it to either be inspired to work on it or to be inspired to let it go. And she, like, it worked out so perfectly. She was like, oh, you know, like, I love it. I love the recharting. And essentially she said something along the lines of, like, if she started Dark Queen of the Earth, that she would want to do something similar. And I was like, do you want this? And she was like, what? Like, she was like, no, are you sure? Like, and I gave her the entire project bag with my whip, the specialty floss, the DMC, and the bead pack. And I said, please take her. Do not give her back to me. Enjoy her. So, that was wonderful. I'm sure I inserted some pictures of us. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that it's not in my apartment anymore. And I'm not, like, sitting here feeling guilty over it. Like, I was not going to stitch on it. I wasn't having fun. It didn't serve me anymore. I'm proud of what I did with it. And I still will count it as a finish in my whip, or my Notion this year, because to me, that was me finishing that whip. And now it is in a happier place with a happy home. And anyways, so that was the first major exciting thing to happen. Secondly, I met Melissa from Sheba Designs. She is my favorite project bag maker by far. To be honest, I do not buy project bags from any other makers. I have tried out very few makers, but her fabric choices, the quality, customer service, by far, just, she's my favorite bag designer, bag maker, just, yeah, love it all. So she was there as an attendee, and of course she had a booth set up with her bags. So I went a little crazy. Not really. I'm so happy that she was there, and she will be at Stitch North when I'm there next year. And so I'm going to just get more. But anyways, let me show you those bags really quickly. So the first bag that I will show you, this is a really, really cute, I love this pale lavender inside fabric, but this is just this really cute black cat, like witchy floral vibe, of course. And then I had to get one of the Tula Pink, I forgot what collection this is called, but the cat fabric. Then I did get one Christmas bag because I actually only have one Christmas project bag that I made myself. So I grabbed this one, and I think this is Teresa Kogut fabric. And then this one is so cute. This is, you might be like, oh, like, yeah, Cameron, they're ghosts. Like, cool, whatever. But you open it, it is printed vinyl. So when I put a project in here, you're gonna be able to see the ghosties. And I'm just, that's just an extra special little touch. So that was awesome. And then lastly, so those were all the vinyl front project bags I got. I did pick up like a mini project folder in this polka dot cat fabric. Ugh, I love this. So it's like a little snap opening, and then you've got a fabric folder, which is lovely, and then a vinyl front pocket as well with the zipper. These are going to be so perfect for like Mill Hill kits. I can put everything in there. Smaller patterns with like you know, not too many flosses, but this will be so great to just like pop in a purse and take with you for traveling and things like that. So those were the project bags I got. Then I went over to Amy's booth, Oak Crown Studio Fabrics, and I got a couple pieces of fabric. So the first one, I don't have any ideas for this, but I just picked it up because I liked it. This is Meadow in a 32 count linen. I'm obsessed with green and purple together, and I really like this darker, like tealy green. The modeling in this is insane. So I got that. I feel like this will be good for Halloween pieces, but also just like spring and summer. I don't know. These kind of read garden too, like vibes. I don't know. I love it. Then I got this other piece of 32 count. This is called Queen. And I was thinking of starting Autumn Lane Stitchery's The Collectors on this. That is my favorite Autumn Lane, except for the two small pumpkin designs that I also really want to start. But I thought this would be perfect for that. I'm not going to start it this year. I need to like whip down for sure because it's a big project. But I got that. So that does have a project in mind. And then this is Seaweed, and this is in 36 count. Again, obviously I got everything with green, but I love this color green. And I feel like this would be really cool for, again, Christmas, Halloween, summer, like floral something. Like it could go with lots of different patterns. So I got that. I also pre-ordered the retreat fabric, and that was in my bag when I got there, which was fabulous. So this is a fat quarter of 20 count Aida, and this is in the colorway Orchid. This was the color, okay, when I was little, I wanted to paint my bedroom, and well, my parents were like, you can paint your bedroom, to my sister and I. And Hannah picked, I think, a reasonable color, I think blue or something. And then I picked lime green. Well, years later, we got to paint them again when I was in high school, early high school, I think. And I picked this color, like this raspberry color. This was the color of my bedroom walls when I was in high school. So, this is just, I love it. No idea what I'm gonna stitch on this. I could stitch the retreat piece on this, but I'm not sure yet. And then I won a giveaway because they had random giveaways and they had enough for everybody, which was fab. And I got these overdyed cottons by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers in this gorgeous like neutral pack that I'm totally gonna use in some floss conversions. So I was very excited that this was the giveaway I won. They were giving away fabric and floss and Play by Kim needle minders, and of course lots of Autumn Lane stitchery patterns and just, yeah, crazy stuff. I also got lots of wonderful things from people at the retreat. Lots of needle minders. I got so many things. My aunt she made little bags for her table mates, and she handmade these floss drops with some things that she found in her home, and they are epic. These are not all of them. I have a whole pack of them. I've already put floss on them because I had to. She also made me this like epic zipper pull, or everyone at the, are you kidding? And she found all of this stuff in her home, and she was like having a blast doing this. And then these scissors actually came in the retreat tote as well, which was awesome. These were very useful. Thank you everyone that stopped by and talked to me. I I got to meet Kat from Whittier Stitches in person for the first time. That was super awesome. I got to meet Eve from Queen V Crafts here on Flosstube, as well as Instagram. All these people I will link below. I also got to meet the Red Cross Stitcher as well, which is super awesome. I hadn't checked out her channel yet, but I already followed her on Instagram. So now I have, of course, you go to a retreat and then you have a list of Flosstubers and Instagrams to go check out. So that was really fun because I had not watched Flosstube for a couple weeks. And then who else did I meet? Obviously I met Maggie from Kitschy Whips and Allie from Allie Z Crafty, and just like a ton of people that, yeah, it was just really awesome. And they had games, they had like really fun giveaways, they had raffles for that went to charity, which was awesome. And then of course my table was by the Freebie table, which was not good because of course we would just, you know, we had to go look at the freebies all the time. So I did get a couple things from there. First thing, this is Flower Fairies calendar from 2007 by DMC, and it has these vintage fairy patterns in it that I have looked at on eBay before and just never, you know, purchased, so that was good. I also got this big book of Santas. It just has all the Santas you could ever need. And I just really, like, that looks like the Coca-Cola Santa. I don't know what's happening with him. I have no theories about that, but I am curious for sure. But yeah, I figured this will be useful for little gifts and little ornaments in the future. I also picked up Hands-On Design, a waffle lot. This has been on my wish list. I just really love, I love Valentine's Day stuff. I don't have enough of it. So I picked that up from the Freebie table. I picked up this Darlene and Whimsy Quirky Quaker. This was a Hearts for Pam one. And then I picked up this Fragments in Time from 2021. And then this was big star of the show right here. I found a clown, a baby clown. Look how rotund he is. This also is so cute. I love these dinosaurs. Like I'm honestly obsessed with this entire book. I think that's 1991. Yep. Gorgeous. Now I did find another big book of clowns. However, a wonderful woman came up to me and asked me where I got it, and I told her it was from the Freebie table. And she was like, oh darn. And I was like, oh, like, you know, do you want it? And she explained to me her and her friend have this inside joke and kind of thing that they keep doing, where they found this like really ugly rodeo clown cross stitch pattern, I think, and they keep re-gifting it to each other in creative ways. So she wanted to use the patterns from that book. Long story short, I gave it to her. I was like, you probably don't know me, but I do have a plethora of clown things at home, so I'm definitely willing to let this go. So I did end up giving that to her, which was totally wonderful. And maybe one day, if it's meant to be, I will find another one. But yeah, I got a clown, don't worry. I know a lot of you were just really worried about that, but so yeah, I think that's it in terms of like haul, freebie table stuff, all that from Queen City Stitch Retreat. I did pack a ton of stuff to go to the retreat in my StitchCon bag, and I will tell you right now that I did not work on a whole lot, but I did work on a few of these things. So one of the first things that I worked on / kind of started at the Queen City Stitch Retreat is the Days of Christmas stocking, the first one. So my aunt, she was working on these the whole time. She's more of a monogamous stitcher. She does have, I think, like 3 whips now, so growth. But she likes to kind of get through, and she wants to complete all of these before Christmas. I think she can do it. I think she finished the 3rd day on the last day. So I think she's starting the 4th day, or probably has already started the 4th day when she got home. So that's pretty exciting. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay. So that's the 3rd day. That's where she ended. And then, I don't know if I can show you this without, I don't want to. Yeah. And then that's the 4th day. So that's what she's starting next. I'm on the 1st day still. But I did get a start. I'm actually about halfway done with it, which is great. So this is my start. I have not put any beads in yet, but I'm going to do that last. So I got obviously the top done, the one done, and then the wing fully done. And this is stitched on 16 count. Picture this plus Ada, and the colorway. You know, I usually remember these things. Shadow. I was about to say storm, and I was like, that's definitely not it. Yeah. It looks great. I'm doing 2 strands. And then my aunt also in my bag got me this little Mill Hill kit, which this has been on my wish list forever. So I did start this the last day just because I was kind of tired of looking at my iPad. So I wanted to start something, a little Mill Hill chart. And then I also wanted to take a break, I think another day of looking at my iPad, just kind of give my eyes a break because obviously we're stitching all day. So I did pull out my, I don't know if I've shown this on my channel. I don't know if I have. I started this a while ago and I kind of never talked about it because it was such a small start, but this is a Dimensions kit from 1995. It's called the Sorcerer. I did find this on eBay. And if you follow Jed X Stitch, I think she finished this on a really pretty piece of linen. I am doing it on the kit fabric. So this is where I got to. Before I went to this retreat, I really only had some of these things done. So when I got there, I did like more of these blocks of color, and then I did all of this and started to backstitch his face because I really needed him to come alive. And I'm so happy that I did. So he's looking great. The other thing that I started while I was there, because I had to, this is the Hello from Liz Matthews. This is her new Patreon chart for the month of October. This is still available if you join her Patreon. This is called Plaid Bird. And I'm just obsessed with it. And Bridget, the museum stitcher, is obsessed with it. And so I had to start it. This is my start. I actually got a good chunk done. This is stitched on 20 count Not Another Sampler by Bestitch Me. And the called for colors, 1/1. Look how tiny this is gonna be. This is the length of the it's a square pattern. This is the length. So it's only gonna be like that big. So that was a good start. This is the Vanity Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. I am behind on my goal. This is what it's looking like. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is stitched on 36 count Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. Where I was working is I did finish this bird motif, and then you can see I did some of this pink, these pink flowers that you can barely see. And then I worked a lot more here. And then I did some of this down here as well. So I've been hopping around because that's what I want to do. After being so regimented and finishing the border, I think that I deserve to hop around. See, I do have a little bit of yarn haul as well, and then a whip update on a knitting project. So the first thing I'll show you, this is, I purchased this from Forbidden Fiber Co. This is their charity yarn that they're doing for relief for Hurricane Helene. This is After the Storm, and their Gluttony sock weight, and it's gorgeous. I did show this to my partner, Connor, and I've made him a hat now, and I've have socks in progress for myself, and he said, I want socks out of this. So I said, absolutely, I can definitely make that happen. We also, when we went to Charlotte, we stopped at Charlotte Yarns before we headed to the hotel because we had some time, and I got a couple of skeins of yarn. So this is Madeline Tosh yarn. It's called Nudie Suit. But to me, this looks like that stained glass corn, if you know what I'm talking about. Like the colors of that. I don't know. I just really, really like this. I definitely want to make a hat or socks out of this for sure. Then they had their own hand-dyed yarn, so I wanted to grab some of those. And I got this purple one. It's Charlotte yarn. And this is called Jelly, which totally makes sense. And then I got a mini skein. I'll make these into socks. So this will be like the heel and toe color and cuff color. This one is called Canopy. And I just love green and purple together. So I'm definitely gonna make these into some cool socks. So this is where I've gotten to. This is, right now, this was the first color, and I'm trying to blend them. I'm a little like, oh, I can kind of see a pattern, but then again, maybe not. I think when the sock's completely done, I think it'll be less noticeable. But I'm now blending in color C, or the third color, into this. So I'm going back and forth in a non-discernible pattern with the second color. I'm addicted to 9-inch circulars, so that's an update. I'm loving this. I did a 2x2 ribbing, and I like that as well. So that is my beautiful sock update. Okay, so now it is time to roll the die for what I'm going to work on for the rest of the day / evening. As for my list, I'm not going to edit my list, even though now I have a finish on that list, and I have Dark Queen of the Earth is Gone, also a finish. And so what I'm going to do is, if I roll one of those two numbers, I'm just going to re-roll because I want more of a chance of working on other things that are already on this list. I don't want to slot in something else. So let's do the roll. I've missed this. Honestly, I have. I like not having to make decisions about what I'm working on. Okay, that is 17, which is Rose Library. What a treat. Ah! Okay, I'm actually so excited. This is where I'm at on Rose Library. This is, I think I worked on it maybe like 2 weeks ago at this point. So I don't know if I'm gonna move the hoop yet, because I do still have quite a bit to do in this area. See you tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. Today's Wednesday. I did not get a lot done on this. I did a lot of this like dark gray color in this section, only about 300 stitches, so, which is okay. I ended up not stitching a whole lot yesterday, but it's something. Clearly my skin is going through it, but we're not gonna put makeup over it because that's just gonna make it worse. We're gonna go ahead and roll the die for what other Halloween autumn project I'm gonna work on. I should have some more stitching time today, but we'll see. All right, here we go. That is 13, which is Pumpkin House by Hello from Liz Matthews. That is exciting because I need to work on that. Okay, so Pumpkin House is in this bag. As a reminder, this is what that pattern looks like. I have not started the upper part. I'm still on the pumpkins, but this is where I'm at now. I doubt that I could finish this today, like this part, but I really definitely want to finish up this black border. I am using Forbidden Fiber Co. Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs. I'm using her conversion to Forbidden Fiber Co. flosses. Very beautiful. And I'm using 1 strand on 36 count. I believe this is Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. Oh, Fiber on a Whim. Or Milk and Honey. One of the two. I think it's Cream and Sugar. But regardless, it's just a neutral fabric. And then once I actually start, it is Milk and Honey. There we go. Once I start this upper portion, I'm going to do that on a piece of 36 count Topaz by Fiber on a Whim. So that'll be super, super pretty. A little bit darker, a little bit more like saturated than I think they called for, but it'll work. So I am going to work on this today, and I can't talk today, like at all. Okay, so I'm gonna get some work done on this today and the vanity sampler, and I will see you tomorrow with my progress. Okay, so I underestimated myself / definitely stayed up way too late last night. Technically, this portion is not finished on Pumpkin House. I still have these white stitches or cream stitches to do in the border, but it was 1 a.m. last night and I finished I finished everything else, and I was like, I have to call it a day. I simply have to call it a day. So really, really proud of myself. I did 1,500 stitches yesterday on this. Granted, I definitely I did not do much else yesterday. Like, I had a very easy day yesterday, and I am stitching this in hand, which makes me go quite a bit faster. So I'm really happy with it. It feels like a finish, but anyways, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'll leave this out today, and if I have time to mindlessly like stitch those white stitches, I don't need a chart for that, obviously. I just know where to fill them in. I will get that done at some point today. Okay, so let's roll the die. That is 6, which is Sea Witch by Nora Corbett. That's actually great. It's on 16 count Aida, 2 strands, super easy to work on in hand. Okay, so this is Sea Witch by Nora Corbett. I did work on this at the beginning of October. It's funny, there are still things on my list that I haven't rolled for. But here is where she's at. This is 16 count Da Vinci Aida by Picture This Plus. I'm stitching with all the called for DMC, and then there are some beads that will eventually go in here. But she's looking good so far. I think I'm gonna finish out her crown. As you can see, I was kind of halfway through that. And then I'm gonna go down and start the tentacles. So I will work on this a bit today, and then I will see you tomorrow. Okay. All right, today is Friday, October 25th. This is where I'm at on Nora Corbett's Sea Witch. I did about a little over 500 stitches on her yesterday. I am stitching this in hand, 2 strands over 1. It's on 16 count Aida. But yeah, looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and put that away, and we're gonna roll the die, except first, dare I make a confession? I did have a new start yesterday. The reason is because the Jingle Ball. I am going to the Jingle Ball. This will be my first year actually like participating. So anyways, I got my ticket. I got 2 classes. One was the Hello from Liz Matthews Star Christmas class that I think it's like Winter Wonderland or Star or something like that. I got that one kitted, which I'm really excited. So that will be coming in the mail, and I will start that immediately. And my goal is to get that done before the class, because that one is much smaller. But the other class I signed up for is a PDF class for the Blue Flowers like winter terrarium situation. So anyways, I did start this. I actually decided to use this 32 count linen that I just got, that I was going to use for the collectors, but I want to use this now, and I can always buy another cut. It's not a big deal. So this is Queen by Oak Crown Studios and 32 count. And I started on the other side here. This is all I want to stitch on, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is all I want to stitch on. But I'm going to be good. I'm not going to just skip Halloween and go right to Christmas. I did kit this up with a lot of Color and Cotton overdyes, a couple classic colorworks that were in my stash, and then DMC. I will say for these leaves, I'm actually blending to DMC. I am blending 500 and 501, which are these two. Which blending is like nothing new. It's kind of an old school method, and I'm loving it. In November and December, this is being worked on. I will not finish it before the class. It is 11,000 something stitches. She did send the PDF, which was lovely. We're ready. That's a 4, which we have not rolled yet. Okay, that is Apothecary shop sign by the Witchy Stitcher. A pattern that was in the Season of the Witch pattern collection by Starlight Stitchery. This is now available as a PDF, but this is my copy. So that's what it looks like. And I'm not super far on this. I started this last year. I'm stitching this on a 40 count Bestitch Me in the color Bronze Age. And it's very folded and wrinkly. But oh my god, that looks so good. See, and this is why I'm doing this. I need to not move on to Christmas, and I need to get it together. This is gorgeous. I'm using one strand of DMC 310, and the back stitching on this really brings it to life. Like, it's literally so good. Okay, I will see you probably next week, but for you in a few seconds with my progress. Hi, I'm back. All right, so I didn't do that much stitching on this. I'm trying to think, because today is Monday, October 28th. So I was away for this weekend. This is where I got to on Friday, I think was when I was stitching on this. So yeah, that is where I got to. Not too bad. I did get it past the 25% mark, so that's exciting. Friday was my anniversary, so we went and saw The Nightmare Before Christmas live orchestra, so that was super cool, and we had a great time. And then the next day we drove down to my dad's house in my hometown, and we went on like a candlelight cemetery walk situation where they do like live performances. It's a big like history thing of like local, not ghost stories. It's more of like people that are buried in this cemetery from my hometown. Anyways, it was so good. We went last year, and so this is my second year. And I just, it was very fun, and I will be going next year, I'm sure. So we did that, and then that was pretty much the end of Halloween festivities. We got right to Christmas festivities as well this weekend. My dad was looking for a wreath to go on the outside of his house, and a lot of the really big wreaths are, number one, expensive, and number two, they weren't quite what he was looking for. And so even if he found one he kind of liked, looking at the price tag was like, that's ridiculous. So we ended up DIYing. We got a plain wreath that was huge. I mean, I don't know. It's just a huge wreath. And that is what I spent Sunday doing. We listened to Christmas music the whole time. And I made a nice little chickpea turmeric coconut milk stew that I really like to make. It's like kind of spicy. So I did that on Sunday, and honestly, it was a blast. So unfortunately, my brain is now in Christmas fully. I am leaving Halloween behind, but it is only October 28th. And I'm gonna stick to the Halloween stitching. So I'm gonna roll the die for today, Monday. Only a few more days left. That is 2, which I have not rolled yet. That's Cryptids by the Witchy Stitcher. That's wonderful. This is an old whip, and I have not worked on it in a bit. So let me go grab that. Okay, so it's in this bag that I made quite a bit ago. Okay, so I'm at 66% on this, which seems crazy. I feel like I'm way further, but I'm actually not. It's because these frames are so many more stitches than you think they are. Even though I've completed what seems like at least half, if not more than half of the creatures almost. I am stitching this on 28 count natural linen 2/2 called for DMC. And I think that potentially I could get some good progress on this today because I do stitch this in hand now. All right, I will see you tomorrow with my progress. Okay. Woo! All right, so it's Tuesday. I just took a shower, so my hair is wet, but I got over 800 stitches on this last night. So I did finish out the Flatwoods monster and then moved my way up to the death worm. It is not complete yet, but quite a bit of progress. I got this over the 70% mark, so it is so close to being 75% done, which means it's just that much closer to being 100% done. So the next time I pull this out, I'll definitely finish this out, and then I get to go down, and I don't know, I'm excited. Okay, let's roll the die. That is 14, which is Autumn Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. So I have rolled this once this month, but I didn't get like any progress on it. Okay, so Autumn Cloche is in here. This is what it looks like. Gorgeous. And this is where I'm at. I will say, sneak preview, and I don't think I've said this before. Maybe I have, I don't know. Sneak preview to next year. This is gonna be a big goal piece for me next year. So last time I did pull it out, I really only did this, I think. So I don't know. I'm not feeling fill-in on that pumpkin, but I am probably gonna like do a little bit at a time and then move around. Maybe do more of the dome. Definitely do like the stem and maybe do more on the bottom here. And then we'll see. But I will see you tomorrow with my progress. Wow. Okay, so it doesn't look like I got, it does. Okay, so I did a lot on that pumpkin last night. That's pretty much all that I worked on. And I did add these 2 little butterflies in just to take a bit of a break, added the stem. And I just still have a lot of fill-in on this pumpkin left, which is totally fine. I ended up doing almost I think a little over 700 stitches on this last night. So really great progress, but it's one of those where it is really close to being over the 25% mark as well. But that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna roll the die for the last time this month, and that is 12, which is Tomb with a View by Plum Street, and we haven't rolled this one. And this is such a good Halloween stitch. Yay, I'm so glad I got something that I haven't gotten yet. Okay, so this is Tomb with a View by Plum Street Samplers. I started this last year. Yes. I love it. I have a very, very small start on this, which I'm happy that I am going to work on this. So this is 40 count Fox and Rabbit Duxbury, I believe. And that's all I have. For here, I've not. That's all I got. So I'm gonna work on this today. Hopefully, even if I don't get that many stitches on this, if I'm doing the words, it'll still look like a lot of progress. So I'm going to work on this today. I will see you tomorrow with my progress. Here we go. Okay, so it is Halloween day, Thursday, October 31st. This is all I got to do last night or yesterday. Not great, but it is what it is. This is like 40 count, so I think I've been so used to 36 and 32 and 28, so like recently that I just wasn't moving very fast on 40 count, but that's okay. So that is all. That's it. I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I will be working on Boost Boucante today, and you'll see an update on this in my next regular floss tube. So this is the plan for today, and then Halloween will be over and I will be stitching on all the things and trying to get some finishes for the end of the year and finishing out goals and working on Christmas stuff. So thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, baby.